I've got a great topic for you today. The subject is overconsumption and detoxing. I am going to relate this to alcohol and drugs and food, but I am actually talking about information.
Welcome to More Than Mindset, the only podcast that bridges the gap between spirituality and success. Go beyond the mind with clarity and confidence coach Kim Guillory and learn how to integrate your passion to serve with your skills and experience to create a business you love. Let's get started.
Listen, I have been seeing this for months now, like more than ever. I'm seeing it in my clients, I'm seeing it in the groups, and I'm seeing it with my clients' clients and my clients' employees. This is what has happened. We have entered a time of overconsumption of information. And now we are a chaotic mess of confusion. We see this with our clients who are coming in to try to heal their life, help their mind, heal their body. The problem is it takes us 3 to 6 months to really settle them down into their body because the mind has so much garbage, so much information. It is like a cloudy mess. So I was talking to my team this week and I was relating to the membership. So we have a coaching membership where you can come in and it is all about mindset and emotional well-being, money. Like really, if you want to change your life, you want to change your habits and behavior and your belief systems, this is the place to be. We start with really understanding how we create the situation that we are in right now, according to our beliefs, how we bring things to our life because we have it in our mind first. Now, you know, I'm all about more than mindset. So this is also in the body, but here's what's happening. We have people who are coming in and we're trying to give this simple approach of information, just like a really simple path. We're going to start here. And their minds are on fire. There's like, I heard this and I saw this and this person said, and I read this book and I heard this podcast and I'm like, oh my God, we need to start like every new client on a 30, 60 or 90-day cleanse, a detox. You know, if you had an over drinking problem or if you were doing drugs, you would go into a facility and you would have to go into abstinence where you get it completely out of your system before they can actually help you, right? So there's like coaching someone or helping someone once they're over the habit. Maybe I won't say the addiction, but they've actually gotten it out of their system. They haven't drank for 30 days or 90 days. And then you can help them get their life together by giving them the tools to support themselves. Well, the same thing is happening with information. It is an overload. And now we're in this sensory overload. And as I'm coaching, I am noticing how busy their mind is and how hard it is to ground people. Any other coaches out there, practitioners who are noticing the same thing? It's taking longer to settle someone down, to regulate the nervous system, to calm them down, to get into their body. It seems that the first part of our coaching, but for sure, like weeks, is really about just like stop looking, stop reading, turn everything else off for a moment. Because what we want to help you do is get to the wisdom that is inside of you. The problem is there is so much information in your mind that it is like cloudy up there and we can't even get your attention. So like tapping is one way. So guys, if you feel like your mind is all over the place and you're thinking all the time and you can't turn it off, just pause and tap. Start on the side of the hand and just say, my mind is really busy, really, really busy. Like I can't stop thinking. I'm on sensory overload. My mind thinks and thinks and thinks, and my body is responding to all of that information. And it is very uncomfortable. And I am overstimulated, overeducated, too much information. Just say that while you're tapping, shake it out. You can tap on the clavicle, the top of the head, the inside of the eye. You can do the whole tapping routine, or you can simply just say it as you're tapping, this karate chop, tapping on the side of your hand, squeezing your toes, taking a deep breath, bringing the breath all the way down to your belly, maybe all the way down to your feet. Squeezing the toes gets you in your body instantly. So what I want to discuss today is how to help you, whoever is listening to this, to settle in, settle down. Maybe meditation is too much to ask for right now because you're so overstimulated and overeducated. So it might just be going for a walk and just counting to yourself. You know, I learned this while I was running a 5K, and I would do this walk run. So I would walk counting to 25, like 25 steps. And then I would jog for 25, and then I'd walk for 25 and jog for 25. And I noticed after training, I was super calm. And I realized I was giving my brain something to do. And so I was so in tune with my breath and what I was doing that I was having these amazing results, not just from like what was happening in my body, but I was so calm and focused. And it's because that's a meditative practice. So maybe just sitting there quietly is too much for you right now, or getting coached is really hard for you because you're like, here's the thing. It's like this resistance is arguing with the coach. So as I am helping someone get in touch, it's like their untamed mind jumped ahead, and it's just like, and it's like, whoa, come on back, settle back in. So I thought I'm going to do a podcast or do this show on helping you get inside of your body, let your thoughts just kind of run wild, and you just tap in so that you can get your focus and attention inside of the body as far down as you can bring it. So imagine that we're really busy up here on top of the shoulders, and you can even take your hands where all of that information is happening, and you just very slowly start bringing all of that information all the way down the sides of your head, through the ears, so you can actually hear it, through the throat, all the way down to the heart, coming through the ribs, down through the organs and the belly, and dropping all the way down to the hips. Just shake your hands, take a breath, and we're going to do that again. Bringing the hands all the way on top of your head where all of that information is. And so your hands are about 2 to 4 inches away from your head. And you're just going to pull that energy down. You're not really touching your head. You're just like pulling all of that information, dropping it down. Notice the breath. Keep pulling it down. Pull it down through the throat, chest, belly, hips, maybe down the legs. And we'll just do this 3 or 4 times and just keep pulling that down very slowly, mindfully, using the breath, squeezing the toes, and then shake it out. Ooh. It's actually overstimulating me because I am coaching all day long. And I've really had to settle down and slow down and give them more space to dump. But guys, you could be taking care of this at home yourself. So that way, when you come for coaching, you could just be super clear about what you want help with. So I do a practice every morning that's called jamming. It's journal, affirmation, meditation, movement, and it is all about being in integrity with yourself and what you want and being intentional. nourishing all parts of yourself, your mind, body, soul, like all parts of yourself, not just your thinking, but actually what's going on in your physical body, in your energetic body, in your emotional body. You want to nourish all of that with meditation, with breath, with water, with good, nutritious food. You want to feed your body. You want to come down and ground, settle in. And the G is for greatness. And it's all about, where am I already great? How do I recognize my own greatness? So jamming is a practice I do every single day. And I believe that is what slows down some of this mental chatter. So when it's on top of your head, when it's like your eyes are like looking around and you're just talking and talking and talking and needing to be heard and need attention and you need to be witnessed, notice that it's because you haven't actually received the information. So it's sitting on the top of the head instead of you bringing it down to your ears where you hear it, and then coming all the way down the throat where you can communicate it. Drop it down into your heart. You want to make sure that it's aligned with what is already inside of you, and then bring it down to the belly and the organs where you can assimilate that information, where you can digest that information, and then it can become a part of you. You integrate the knowing in your being. That is what is missing. I think a big part of this is the internet, and there are just so many books and authors and podcasts, and everyone is like screaming for attention on social media, and they're needing their voice to get heard. They're needing to be witnessed. And so I don't think we are meant to consume all of that. And I'm saying it for myself, like I'm recording something right now for you to listen to. So it's one more thing. But guys, I think it's really important to start integrating and assimilating this information, digesting it and allowing it to become a part of your cellular system. Bring it into the body. And then what there's not enough room for, just let it go. Just know that you can go and grab it anytime you want. You can do a simple Google search. You can go and pick up a book. You can go and find the information another day, another time. But for today, see if you can just use your hands, pull that energy down, drop it down all the way through your body, shake out anything that there is no room for in your body. It's like overeating and over drinking and overindulging. It's not healthy for you. Just take in what you can digest right now, what you can assimilate, what can become a part of you. Let the rest go, and just trust that if ever you need it, you can find it. I promise you, there is just so much information out there. So once you do the exercise, notice if the body is calmer, and notice if the mind is clearer. Because here's the problem with overconsumption. You don't take action. It puts this nervous system into overstimulation. And then you go into freeze or fawn mode and you don't take action with the information. So it's a lot of knowledge that's not utilized. And so then you don't get the change and you don't get the transformation. You don't see things evolving and growing in your life because it's just a bunch of clutter in your mind. Imagine that you just keep going shopping. You buy every pair of shoes you like, you keep buying clothes, and you just keep piling it up. You just keep piling it up. And, oh, that's cute. Oh, I like that. Oh, I need that. And you just keep buying and buying and buying. Before you know it, you will have so much clothes and clutter in your closet and drawers. You won't be able to find anything because it's just too much. Now imagine we go through everything and you keep just what you can use right now. And you place that in the closet, and then you have space between each hanger. You only have a certain amount of shoes. And then whenever you need something, it's right there. It's super simple to find and to put on, and you're not confused, and you don't have all these emotional decisions to make because you don't have all this stuff that you're afraid to waste, or you're afraid you'll forget. And, that's kind of just what our world has been like. It's like this sense of urgency and scarcity. Like, you better get it now. If you don't get it now, you're not going to be able to do ... right? Whatever it is. And that has worked for a while. But the problem is now we need to detox. We need to determine what we want, what we can use, what we can digest, and what can nourish us. Because if you go to the buffet 3 times a day, your body cannot consume all of that. It can't digest all that. You're asking it to do too much. So when we overeat, we get sluggish and heavy. That's because the digestive system is working overtime to try to assimilate and digest all of that food because it's too much. It's overconsumption. So now you've put your mind in that same position. And we really need our mind to problem solve. We need to know how to take action. And we need to be able to trust ourselves so that we know that whatever the action is that we're taking is what's meant for us and not what someone else told us. So this is just a very simple approach to slowing down, practicing resistance. Maybe if you're up for a challenge, maybe you'd be willing to put all of the books away just for a day, or I'd like to challenge you to 7 days, but let's just say you did it just tomorrow. So you're listening to this today. Tomorrow, you're like, I am not going to read anything. I'm going to first bring what's in my head down into my body. I'm going to feel it as I pull it down into my body. I'm going to shake out my hands and shoulders, and whatever I wasn't able to assimilate, digest and assimilate, whatever I wasn't able to take in and integrate, I'm going to just let it go. And I'm going to trust that when I need to know, I will be able to find it, or I know it's already inside of me. So first, pull it all down, shake it all out. Take a deep cleansing breath, exhale. You'll do that 4 times. I won't yell into the mic, but you'll do that 4 times. Deep breath all the way down into the body. Exhale very deeply. Just pull it up and get it out. Now notice how you feel. And then commit to not reading anything the rest of the day and go live life. Go visit with people, go have some fun, go laugh and enjoy walking outside, nature and flowers, and smell the earth. Just go do something rather than go learn something. And I would love to know if this is you, if you've been over consuming, and if maybe it's time to do a detox, like it's time to release some of this. We have definitely noticed it as a team, and we already took a bunch of things out of the portal so that when someone does come in, they only get what they can listen to, integrate, and implement. That's it. That's all we ask. Here's the first thing. Come to the call, get coaching. This is all you need to know for today. And we're really doing it as a practice for ourselves. But more than that, we want to, like, everyone thinks that they're ADD or ADHD, but they're actually just overstimulated. They don't know what to do with all of that information, and it doesn't land because it's just spinning around in their head, and they don't want to let it go. So we're in this scarcity mode. Like, I'm not going to know what I need to know when I need to know it. That is just your brain that's been in the habit of research and worry because of the experience we've had for the last 3 years. We really didn't know what was going on, and our body was in shock, our mind was in shock, and our brain was in defense. And we were afraid for our lives, right? All of this stuff that was coming at us and happening. So we went into research mode to try to figure out, because the mind wants to know. The mind needs to know. It's the nature of the mind to know and to put the puzzle pieces together to make sense of things. So your mind has been doing its job. Your brain just wants to keep you alive and safe. The problem is what happens when you overconsume and you take in all the information. Just like your digestive system can't digest all that extra food, you can't assimilate and digest all this knowledge. And so now we're in this book mode, kind of like you feel after Thanksgiving dinner. It's like this heavy, sluggish. So I want to offer you the opportunity to take this challenge. Let whatever is not already inside of you, just let it go. 24 hours. Let me know how it goes. You can send an email. You can, I dare you to challenge your family and friends also. Just like one day, we're just going to put everything away. We're going to trust that what we know is enough just for today. So you can come back and listen to this the next day if you want to do it again. But I'm thinking about, like, I am familiar with detox, with the 12 steps, with getting off of sugar, with getting off of alcohol, and all. I have detoxed. I've been on some heavy duty prescription medication for 24 years that I had to detox from. It is not comfortable. Matter of fact, if you've listened to this recently, you know me detoxing from social media and my phone, and my body just keeps getting pulled towards it. It's kind of the same thing. Needing to know is a safety mechanism. I'm not asking you to do it forever. Just want to give you the contrast so that you can, like, really integrate and digest and become the information that you have been consuming. Just become it. Go out and try it. Become the new identity who understands it. It's getting it on a visceral level instead of a mental level. Knowledge, and like the mind just consuming knowledge, does you no good at all. It's just a lot of words. Take it down, take it in, and become it. Become the change. Then you won't, I'm gonna speak for myself, we won't be so desperate to make sure we get the attention and that everybody hears and everybody knows. And, we're gonna just get out of that mode. So I'm gonna challenge myself with you. Is that a deal? And if you know anyone who needs to hear this, please share. Give us a rating and review. Let us know if you're loving the show. Come into the More Than Mindset Facebook group. Tell us you came through the podcast. I'd love to get to meet you. We do free calls, and sometimes we just do Sunday hangouts, and we just get to know people who are coming in. I don't want to just like throw information out there. I want to build a relationship. I want to get to know people who are change workers, who are part of this, who want to help their family and friends and loved ones. I want to meet you. All right. Have an amazing week. Try the exercise. Let me know how it goes, and see if we can get out of this overconsumption mode. Just maybe it's letting your mind know that we don't need to know right now, not in this moment. We can find that out tomorrow. It's always there, right? You can always look and find anything you need. So just remind yourself of that so your nervous system can relax and you won't feel that state of urgency. That is just a habit. And know that there's nothing wrong with you. The market has done that to you. Just how it is, kind of like with food. It's just been thrown at us and thrown at us and thrown at us. And the industry and marketers know how our brain works, and we didn't. So we got swindled by all that stuff. All right. Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of More Than Mindset.